Good afternoon. Nice rain we got today, and in fact, it's actually still it's starting to sprinkle up some more. But this gives me a good opportunity to do some spring preparations. Uh, so when I say spring preparations, even this is still winter, but as we we're in beginning of March now. So I mean this really is we've got hopefully a few more weeks of winter left, and we're gonna get maybe a few more weeks of spring, and then those few weeks are crucial for your tropical fruit trees because it is gonna go up to like summer temperature come April. So these preparations allow the tropicals and non-tropicals to recuperate and be prepared for the summer style temperature that we normally get. So I want to begin with pruning. So with tropical fruit trees, because for the most part they're evergreen, you can prune them whenever. But for stone fruits, deciduous trees, such as the apricot here, golden sweet apricot. I mean, right before spring hits is actually, I probably should rephrase that. Maybe 3 to 4 weeks, maybe a month before spring hits is probably the best time to prune them. Right before they wake up. When I say wake up, as in they start to bud out flowers. This is too late now if you haven't pruned your stone fruits. I mean, you technically can prune them, but it would be my recommendation to prune them before you see any of this growth. So as you can see, I mean, we did that last month actually. So right before it wakes up. Same with the two jujubes here, the deciduous varieties, the Lang and the GAX66. I mean, next to like I said, the tropicals, even though it's a jujube, this is a tropical jujube, green thornless jujube. He's going to remain green year long, so prune it on demand. Now, the next step is the reason why I'm choosing today to do this is because the ground is nice and wet from the rain, which is still ongoing, which is why I've got the raincoat here. Perfect time right after the rain to fertilize your trees. So for the most part, I've been just really satisfied with the use of just chicken manure, either chicken manure or cow manure. I much prefer chicken um, just because they're relatively cheap and compared to steer manure, they don't smell as bad. And yeah, your neighbors will thank you. And also, they are slightly higher in nitrogen. So by applying it on a wet mulch, I mean, it essentially preps the ground already. So because it is still raining, it is gonna drench on these and then essentially soak them into the wood chip that I've got here. And then the microorganisms will then break them down and make the nutrients available to the trees. So now notice, I'm not putting manure on every tree. There are very few trees that I put manure on, and those tend to be super heavy feeder, papaya, um, citrus, guavas, even the giant timber bamboo there. Things that love all the nitrogen in the world, just because they are such crazy fast growers. So, and of course, as you can see, I put it around the drip line, the perimeter of the tree, not like right where the trunk is. So that's what's neat about the application is, yeah, I mean, especially on the manure is, again, they're fairly inexpensive. Now, I will at the same time for the trees that do not like too much nitrogen, all at once, that is. Mangoes is a great example, okay? Let me this. These guys do not want too much nitrogen. You are gonna really severely set them back, if not kill them, if you apply too much nitrogen to them. They want a slow and steady source. So that's where my other organic application of fertilizer gets applied afterwards. But yeah, for the most part, most tropical fruit trees don't want too much nitrogen. Shale moisture is included. So that's why you don't see any manure style fertilizer there. So if you come here, yeah, I'm telling you, look, guavas, these guys love nitrogen. That's why you see them a ring of chicken manure right around the perimeter of this tree. Tropical white. And then after that, the mangoes, the long ends, like no manure at all nearby. So now is a great time to fertilize. So now, if you come here, this is the enclosed wind protection slash greenhouse that I've got. I've eliminated half of the wall here because in looking at the forecast, I have a strong feeling the threat of frost is over, though there's going to be a few days sometime next week where it's going to be in the high 30s, which is fine. These guys can definitely take it. But the reason why I choose to leave them here is to actually uh, get the heat as the sun shines on the plastic, radiating the heat back to these guys. These tropical fruit trees, okay, because they've been stressed out and damaged by the winter. They do not want a lot of sun shining on the bare branches. I mean, like, yeah, look at it. I mean, this tree was fully leaved and not anymore because it's all bare, which would mean, yeah, if the sun shines on this too much, it is gonna like just decline. I mean, there's a reason why trees develop leaves is to, number one, photosynthesize, create energy, and also to shade the trunk, the branches. So by leaving it here, I'm capturing the heat that these guys need without the direct sun exposure. And one thing too is as the sun gets over the tree, over the structure here, it diffuses the sun's energy, so it kind of balances it out. So that's this is going to be here for, I say, maybe another month or so, and then I'll eventually take it down. But I'm trying to capture the heat. Yeah, these guys just keep following me. So, alrighty. I mean, off topic. I know a lot of you guys, well, not a lot of you guys. Some of you guys struggle with mangoes, but yeah, I'm telling you, they just do absolutely great here in Central Valley. We get practically all the benefits with very little downsides. And when I say downsides, I'm talking pest issues, especially fungal pest issues, because it's so dry here that it's like anthracnose. Yeah, no, we don't get those here. That's not to say that you won't get them here. It's pretty rare that you get them here. Yeah, like all the young mango that I put in the ground just last July and August, they're all doing great. Now, this is also a good time where some of the tropicals, such as the white sapote here, uh, go into bloom mode. Can you tell it's raining? Anyway, this is the time where most of the tropicals that are early bloomers start to push out flowers, including the Chelmoya, well, the Aftermoya. I mean, this guy practically flowered year round. In this case, I did decide not to take out the fruits because it's still, I mean, it still looks good. So there's a bunch of fruits that I've allowed this guy to keep intact. So now, going back to mango, not all mangoes are created equal in that depending on the region that they originated from, some will fruit earlier, where some will fruit later. The Thai varieties I find just fruit really, really early. Kiel Savoy, come here, look, beginning of March, it's setting up flower. This is going to be a bract, a flower bract. Um, yeah, I mean, this is what they do in their climate. I mean, uh, compare that to say like the Manila here, it's gonna start to flower as the weather warms up. Generally, right around April to May or so. Actually, the majority of mangoes, especially the Florida varieties, will start to flower right around April or May in our climate. Uh, so that's that. So now, the other topic that I want to touch on is along the line of pruning, and that would be staking or providing you with some structure support. It's a bit more difficult, but you're going to have to want to do it. When I say it's a bit more difficult, this is perhaps maybe a great example. BQ longan, no matter the amount of structural support you give it, it's going to try to jet downwards just because the fruits are so heavy, so loaded that it just goes downwards. I mean, this is the leftover fruits. I mean, yeah, I mean, unless I somehow tie a rope to the ice cream bean tree up there and then prop these guys up, um, for the most part, I find that sometimes it's better to just wait for these guys to fruit and then prop them up. Just keep in mind, okay, these fruits can be heavy. A cluster of longan is gonna weigh quite a bit. So it's gonna naturally weigh the tree down. And in fact, specific to the longans, yeah, these guys naturally in the wild, that's actually how they prune themselves is the weight of the branches of the fruits essentially cause that particular section of the branch to break. Um, so for that piece, for the most part, I actually don't even prune my longans. I just leave them to be and just prop them up to maintain the desired shape. So, so now, this is probably also a good time if in the few years that it doesn't rain often is to maybe start watering your trees. But because this was a La Nina season, we do get our typical rain back. So that way, that's why I haven't yet put on my water. But if it's a dry winter, right around now is maybe a good time to start watering these trees. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, look at the new growth, Caracal orange. Yeah. Um, Kamana lychee. Yeah, these guys, as the month warms up, they will definitely appreciate the water. So yeah, that's really the gist of it in terms of preparation. Yeah, and I'm telling you, when I say fertilize your hungry feeding trees, citrus, um, yeah, this is what I mean. I mean, this is a lot of chicken manure. Oh yeah, and it's raining now, so it's gonna seep into this and get them to the microbes which are in the wood chip here, breaking them down. Especially the banana. Okay, you cannot over fertilize this guy. They need all the nitrogen in the world. On the topic of banana, see this guy right here, where the banana was picked at one point. I mean, this particular stalk already produced that set of banana, whereas the one back there has not yet. So this is also a good time for me to remove this banana, this particular stalk. The lifespan of the life cycle of a banana is once a stalk produces fruit, once you harvest the fruit, it's essentially useless. So just take it down. Banana stalks make great biomass. I mean, worms love to eat the stuff up. At the same time, because it's jetting into my chicken coop here, I'm also gonna give me the opportunity to move this shoot here and put it elsewhere or continue to grow it. But yeah, so that's the idea behind bananas, Namois variety. So I mean, hopefully we get more rain. But looking at the forecast, we do normally get most of the rain towards the February, March, and even April months. But everything seems to be doing great. So anyway, all right, have a good afternoon.